Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another exploration, and I'm back in Kent. It's a beautiful sunny day in April, and I'm on a dairy farm. And I'm very privileged to be with Peter Sargent, who's going to take me around. Hello, Peter.
Hi, Richard. Hi.
We are standing, I have to say, by the most beautiful Jersey cows that I have seen for a long time. They are absolutely gorgeous. Look at this one down here. You know, they've been in makeup for a couple of hours. They've had hair done. They look wonderful. This is how they look, isn't it? This is genuinely how they.
Well, it is. Yeah, it's the breed. It's and it's we've had them for many years. My grandfather got the first one.
It's not just cosmetic, you know. It's not because they just look nice you have them. Jerseys are good for milking.
Yes, they are. Yeah, absolutely.
So why is that?
They're a lovely little. Yeah, a little efficient little cow.
Right.
They produce very creamy milk, and about 5.5–6% fat, butter fat, which makes a big difference. And so they're really the breed to produce your milk solids for your butters and your cheeses.
Right.
And they're just. Well, they're delightful, aren't they?
They are absolutely delightful. And look at them. There we are. Hello. And they're very inquisitive. Very inquisitive.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they are the breed that just, when you're in with them, they just surround you.
Yes.
And they want to. Their noses are in everything and
unthreatening.
Absolutely. They are. Yeah. Because now they really are.
Regular viewers will know that I'm actually ordinarily quite scared of cows. And I know some people do, whether it's irrational or not ever, but actually Jerseys, they don't look at all threatening.
No, they aren't. They really aren't. Well, most cows and cattle aren't. Really.
No.
They're just inquisitive.
Right.
And they just, as I say, they just want to be in there, so knowing what's everything's going on, really.
Now, what's interesting on your farm here is that you're very modern in terms that you robotically milk your cows. Now, I know, there'll be plenty of people who perhaps hear these things and think, I don't know if I agree with that. But I've had a quick look round, and you've been very enthusiastically showing me everything. And it's fascinating how relaxed the cows are with it, how brilliant it seems to be for everybody. And it seems a win-win, and the cows are just so, as I say, relaxed and happy.
And that's a key word, that happy. Happy cows are productive cows. If you don't have them relaxed and happy, that you'll have a lot more problems.
Yes.
Really, to be honest.
Yes.
And to have a relaxing milking experience really is, shows with these cows where they just can pretty much do what they want when they want, really, and they can go in and feed. They can come out here and feed, go in and lie down, and they're wanting to go into the robots to get that feed, and so they come in about 3 times a day on average. Some a bit more,
but it's of their own volition, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And so they very, very quickly learn where their food comes from, and the robots they feed them a bit of nuts, a few nuts, and so they go in there. They want to get milked, they want to get fed, and they'll then come out and have some silage here and some more feed in stations.
It's wonderful to see. Now, it's very clever, isn't it? I mean, they've got tags. Are the tags in the cow or on those yellow labels?
No, they're not even that. They're on the legs. They're what we call pedometers. So they're auto ID and also a pedometer.
Right.
So then we know what obviously how many steps they do, and that is for management purposes. That's a very, very useful tool.
But I mean, this is what I found really incredible is and it's so simple as well, and it's so clever. It knows how much they've eaten on average in an average day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so it knows, well, you're not quite ready to be milked.
No, that's right. Yeah.
And you have a system that just nudges. Well, doesn't even nudge them, does he? Just guides them.
Guides them through.
Guides them through. So if they're not ready to be milked, they can come back and feed or lie down.
Yeah, and there's various cows you see. They come through the system wanting to go into the robots, because I can see that if it does guide them back out to the feed passageways here, they'll just stand there and they're waiting to go into the robots.
But when they are ready, opens the doors.
Opens the gates, and then they can go in. Go in and get milked, and then guided back out to the feed passageways here.
It's incredible.
And then they can wander about, mooch about. Have a bit of a scratch on the brushes. Where they can get all the places they can't normally.
Hello, you're having a good lick. They are so inquisitive. Hello, do you want to have a lick? Their faces is just incredible. And I know that in the past you told me that you used to make ice cream here.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
But you no longer do that. You just concentrate.
We don't. We concentrate. I feel that really the core of the business is our livestock, is our dairy cows, and really for the next few years, I'll be wanting to concentrate on the core of the business, get that how I want it really. I'm never going to say never. I think there's a place we can process still. Go back into the ice cream for those people who can remember.
And I bet it was lovely ice cream.
Well, I'm biased.
Well, of course, it's all made. It's all if it's made on the farm, it's not gone anywhere else.
No, it was made up in the old sheds up there.
And it's local and it's,
absolutely
fresh.
Yeah, but really, I'm concentrating on this business now, and then possibly in a couple of years maybe we'll look into maybe a way of diversifying back into processing again.
Can we go and have a quick look at the robotic milking? So we're going to leave these lovely deers here. Deers, I mean, cows, obviously, deer cows, and we'll come inside. Right. So here we are. We've got the back end of the machines here that do all the work, and in fact there's a little nose in here, isn't there? So is that's one ready to come in?
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely.
To people outside and not in the industry, you can look at this and think, oh, it's a bit stark, isn't it? And I guess that's something that as a farmer you're used to, but your cows and you know what's right for the cows.
Absolutely, yes. No, that's right. And really, a modern dairy shed is light, it's airy, well ventilated. And a lot of room to move around in, really, to be honest, because they need a certain amount of loafing area, so they can show natural movement, natural instinct, natural behaviour.
Yes.
And so I'm hoping with this system we have here, we are certainly providing that for them, because we need to provide for our cows to make, to give them good, as best animal welfare as we possibly can.
Yes, because you're not going to be you're not going to have a very good business if you're not looking after the animals, are you?
Because they won't
perform for you.
Exactly. They won't perform.
And I think sometimes people forget that, don't they?
That's right.
They think, this is sometimes it can look cruel because they just don't understand.
No, that's right. Then they say, oh, it's all about the profits. All about the profits. Well, if it was about the profits, I would be doing something a bit easier.
Yeah, but also because you're trying to get the profit, so you've got to look after the animals.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win situation.
Yes. Well, I have to say, Peter, it's been an absolute brilliant visit to your wonderful dairy.
Thank you very much.
Your dairy herd, and they, I've been closer to cows now, I think, than ever before.
Yeah, ever have been.
And my fear has completely gone, especially from Jerseys anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're so happy.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing what goes on in your
No
amazing dairy
No.
looking at the robots close hand. I think it's that myth busting, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Because people live in towns mostly. They aren't in the rural community,
that's right.
and fewer people work on farms.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right.
It is something that can, these stories can come up, but actually seeing it here, it's brilliant, and you do such a great job.
So thank you very much.
No, thank you for showing us.
Yeah, I'm glad to show you around.
It's a pleasure. Well, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed it. Do let me know. Leave a comment. And don't forget to follow, like and subscribe as ever, and join me when I go out on another investigation. But the last shot has to go to these wonderful, beautiful dairy cows, the Jerseys, and one black and white Jersey as well, which is a little anomaly even for me.